All right, so let it be. In St. John's Gospel, chapter 4. In St. John's Gospel, chapter 4. And of course, in chapter 1, John presents Jesus as the Son of God. In chapter 2, he becomes the Son of Man. In chapter 3, he is the divine teacher. And in chapter 4, we will see that he is the soul winner. And what happens in 16, as he goes and he sees a woman at the well, and the woman says to him in 15, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus saith unto her, go call thy husband and come hither. And the woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidest thou truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman saith unto him, I know that the Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. And Jesus saith unto her, I that speak unto thee am he. Look at somebody and ask them, how low will you go? Amen. Look at somebody else and ask them, how low can you go? It is interesting, the very definition of worship. And really it is to be prostrate. It is literally to have someone walk on you. Now that's real low for somebody to walk on you, to lay prostrate. But in analyzing the matter in front of us, we understand that questions oftentimes are asked when we want to avoid certain issues. I was told you don't answer a question with a question. But oftentimes we find ourselves asking questions when we want to avoid certain issues. Because I don't want to answer you. I ask you a question. Why are you questioning me when I'm questioning you? It's indicated here that she had 5 husbands, and the one she was with was not her own. And I don't know how you view that, but it seems to me that for some reason she couldn't stay married by death or divorce, maybe by a little of both. But in questing and seeking after losing each situation, it would seem to me that she wanted satisfaction seriously. I don't know if you give up easily. I don't think I do. I think I work better under pressure, but obviously she had made up her mind that she was going to have some satisfaction. And if I remember the song well, it would seem to me that she should be singing, I can't get no satisfaction. When you look at it, it seems as if she is a victim of nothing is going right. And oftentimes in our lives, we go from one difficulty to another difficulty, and all of us are fighting all the time. I don't know, does anybody have a life that does not have a challenge? Does anybody have a life that just operates smoothly without any bumps, without any difficulties? And the issue then is, if we have a life that we have to fight in, the question generally becomes, do you have any fight left in you? Many of us have the tendency just to let things go, let them fall apart, because you get tired after a while from fighting and seeking to overcome. Maybe it's just in my world, maybe yours is of such that you can get up every day and feel like making it happen. But I make promises sometimes that I can't keep. I make promises not because I'm evil, but because I'm generous. And sometimes you say too many yeses and not enough no's. And there are days when I get up and look at my schedule and I just don't want to deal with it. This week I went cross country 4 times, and after a while you look at something that you promised 2 or 3 years ago, but you don't want to deal with it now. And if that is the way life is, then each one of us will be tired from one situation to another. And then when you're fighting on multiple fronts and you're trying to settle things in different arenas and you're trying to fix things that are falling apart in your own home and in your family, sometimes you just get burned out and tired. I want to talk to some real people here. It's good to be sitting beside somebody who knows what I'm talking about. And that is that no matter who you are, there are times when you feel like pushing everything out of your way, covering your head with a blanket, and trying not to come out. Nothing in her life seems to last. I can't imagine having 5 and then a 6th person around who isn't fall in the category of the others, because now it seems as if she's in more of a hurry just to be with somebody than to find out who the somebody is that she's with. And it seems to me that nothing seems to last in her life, and what lasts doesn't seem to satisfy. Must I say that again? It seems as if what probably was good didn't last, and what lasts didn't seem to satisfy. Notice who Jesus then wants to corner. He is not seeking to corner somebody who has no needs. What he's seeking is somebody who is thirsty and hungry for something that is long lasting and with satisfaction. I feel it here. He's looking for somebody who has a hunger and thirst for him. Have you ever been to the house of God, and when you felt like praising him, somebody looked at you like you were crazy? But if they knew what you had been through, they would allow you to lift up the name of your God. When I think of this woman, immediately I understand that what qualifies people from man's point of view often qualifies people from God's point of view. Let me put that the proper way. Anytime and many times men will disqualify you because of what you've been through. But it's what you've been through that qualifies you for a visit from the Master. When everybody would have made a spectacle out of her, even the disciples didn't want Jesus to stop to talk to a woman in public. It was not the Jewish thing. But I'm so glad that grace oftentimes suspends the rules. when I need you desperately, I don't need somebody to keep you from me. I need somebody to open the way for you to come see about me. When you understand this, I think we can run a parallel with the woman with the issue of blood, because there is something that both these women have in common, and that is they will not quit. The woman with the issue of blood, when the issues would not stop her from striving to find a solution to her problem. And what happens now is that drive exposes her heart. It is not what she is or not where she is, but with the potential for healing, she was going to try everything she could in order to rid herself of her disease. And it exposes the heart. Whenever you can bounce back and get up in a situation where you are written off, it is not what is happening around you that God is looking for. He's looking for the heart that's ready to receive him. I'm at the place now where I'm desperate. I'm at the place now where I have to have a blessing. I can't come in here and act like you because you got yourself together. I have to come in here and act like I need him right now. Battling with limited resources, but she had heart. Battling with a lack of satisfaction, but she had heart. Didn't come out of the right circumstance, the right situation, but she still had heart. Because man looketh at the outward appearance, but God is looking at the heart. If you're here right now, what God is saying is, I'm searching for somebody that's hungry. I want to move in somebody's life who's desperate. I will step over everybody who thinks they got it made, and I will sit beside the person who has to have a blessing. Can I run a little check here? Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, which one are you? Are you the one that has to have a blessing? Well, I can just pat myself on the head and say, I need a blessing right now. I want better, even though I was raised not in the right circumstance. I want better, even though I have to overcome the abuses of early childhood. I want better. Even though I have grown up in abject poverty, I still want better. I want better psychologically, even though I have been put down most of my life. I want better. Even though my relationships have all fallen apart, I still want better. I want better, even though I have some bad habits that I want to get rid of that seem to completely control me. I want better, even though I don't always make right decisions and I don't always do the right thing. But Lord, I want better. I want better when I don't know where to search for it and I don't know how to find it. I still want better. I want better because I've been bitter too long, and I don't want to be bitter. I want to be better. I want to overcome everything that's been put in my path. And like the woman with the issue of blood, she kept on searching because she wouldn't settle. I feel like preaching here. Give somebody a high five for the second time and tell them God does not want you to settle. No.